Daily Top Reddit for Monday, 2023 July 31st. In r/Today I Learned, till in 2022, 68-year-old Maya Murmu was collecting water in India when an elephant stamped on her. She was rushed to the hospital, but died from her injuries. When family members gathered for her funeral, a herd of elephants appeared, and one of them lifted Murmu's body and threw it in the air. If you think we're here to pay our respects, we respectfully decline. In r/Damn That's Interesting, a guy points laser at helicopter, gets tracked by the FBI, and then gets arrested by the cops, all in the span of 5 minutes.
SAC Air 21. SAC Air 21.
Air 21, go ahead.
Yeah, two things. You TIL on the gun, and right now we're getting hit pretty good with a green laser.
1290 Charles, around to CJ. Air 21, copy you TIL on the gun, and I copy you're getting hit with a green laser. Just confirm that was 183 en route as well.
30.
Copy 4630, thank you.
In fact, it looks like right now one party standing in his driveway could be responsible. There's a basketball court.
And 4647, I just wanted to say 4620 and 4630 updated information. One party is standing in the driveway with a basketball court on the left side of the street, halfway down the block.
623 will be 98 with the SO. Any assistance on the Air 2112?
Yes, so at 4620 and
Air 21, is it west of how?
Just the
We're stable here.
street east of Mars. That was a unit that just went by. I think the guy just stuck behind the truck.
Stand 3, we don't need to be here. 23rd and J. Hey, guys, is it on this side? Suspect info. Came from. You guys behind us? Yep. Stand 3, we'll try. Yeah, you guys go ahead. From our gentleman here, and then if we can get the caller back landline, let's do that as well.
Hey, thanks, guys. Somebody find something?
12 and 13, 6 Edward David Victor.
We have the laser, we have him in custody.
Right on, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Remember this military adage: tracers work both ways. In r/Funny, I can barely believe this. The East China Zoo denies allegations that star attraction is a Manina sun bear costume. Some people pointed out the bear's human-like movements and what appeared to be pant-like folds around its rear when standing. Photo: Xiao XIA3313950/TwitterN. It's a real bear, it's just got Hank Hill ass. In r/Ask, what would you tell your 16-year-old self about dating? I'm 16 and felt slightly pressured about it. Never had a girlfriend. Don't think I will soon either. Spend more time hanging out in a group that includes both guys and girls. Worry less about trying to pair off with somebody right away. In r/Ask Reddit, what happened to the bully in your class? He was killed shortly after being released from prison. He apparently had a beef with someone and went to their house with a gun, kicked in their front door, and was immediately shot and killed. In r/Movies, Paul Reubens, Pee-wee Herman actor, dies at 70 after private bout of cancer. The late Paul Reubens' final message: Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing the last 6 years. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect from my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art for you. Statement from his estate. Last night we said farewell to Paul Reubens, an iconic American actor, comedian, writer and producer whose beloved character Pee-wee Herman delighted generations of children and adults with his positivity, whimsy, and belief in the importance of kindness. Paul bravely and privately fought cancer for years with his trademark tenacity and wit. A gifted and prolific talent, he will forever live in the comedy pantheon and in our hearts as a treasured friend and man of remarkable character and generosity of spirit. Paul asked that any expressions of sympathy be made in honor of his late parents, Judy and Milton Rubenfeld, to stand up to cancer or organizations involved in dementia and Alzheimer's care, support, and research. In r/oddly satisfying, heavy equipment operator mops up the trash at a dump site with a mattress. The versatility of an excavator knows no bounds. In r/ there was an attempt to make the Special Olympics look bad. No one will ever remember you. If I was on the receiving end of this, I would promptly crawl into a hole. In r/ damn, that's interesting. Ensuring a person with special needs stays at a distance from the royal guard and then That's great behavior from everyone involved. In r/mems, yes, I'm an introvert, how did you know? Me when people made with Mamatic. Doing the Family Guy unconscious pose? I said, when people die, they void their bowels. In r/non-political Twitter, Luigi IRL. A Super Mario Broth be at Mario Broth blog despite containing both a Princess Peach and a Princess Daisy piece. The licensed Super Mario chess set does not designate either of them as a queen piece, making them both bishops. Instead, Luigi is chosen to be the queen piece by August 15, 11:21 a.m. If anyone is wondering, the other side has Bowser as the king and Bowser Jr. as the queen. In r/ask Reddit, what happened to the first person you had sex with? We had to run and grab plan B, then she ghosted me. A month or so later, I'm driving with a friend and I get a text, so I have my friend Reddit out responsible driving and all. It's from the girl and says, "Hey pork soda. Sorry I haven't texted you in a bit. I've been in a mental institution for the last month after trying to kill myself twice. Sorry." What a text! In r/no stupid questions, is it a red flag if my boyfriend refuses to tell me how much money he makes? My boyfriend asked me how much money I make and I told him. Then I asked him how much he makes and he wouldn't tell me. I respected that and didn't ask him again. But I'm wondering if it's a red flag that he doesn't want me to know. he knows I wouldn't judge him based on how much he makes. In fact, he was unemployed when we first met and I was paying for a lot of our dates. Update. We talked about it and he admitted to me that he's been stealing money from me and that's why he wanted to know how much I made. Now I know why I never have any cash. So obviously I dumped him. But thanks to all the people calling me a gold digger, it was actually him. Weird because he asked and then did not tell you. Likely also means he's either wealthy or poor, not much in between. In r/to hot takes, update I to 6F cut my 30 for meters husband texting a minor. I am on a 8-hour road trip with him and don't know what to do. Original post. First, I want to thank everyone for the support and advice they gave. Like I said in my previous post, I just fell asleep during the car ride and told him I felt sick. We were heading to my parents' house and I really wanted to be by them. However, within 45 minutes my husband woke me up and told me he found a nearby hotel for us to stay in. He said he was worried about me and wanted me to rest in a real bed. He also bought medicine for me. At this point I was freaking out because I was in an unfamiliar area and he was being extra clingy. Once we got in the room and we laid down, he kept cuddling me and giving me kisses. It made me feel sick and so I left to go to the bathroom. I stayed in the bathroom for about an hour. I scrolled through everyone's comments and kept pacing myself about what to do. I knew my husband was growing concerned because he kept checking on me. After I left the bathroom, he looked so worried and I just needed to let everything out. I know the number one advice given was not to confront him. And I know it probably was a horrible move, but I couldn't take it. I told him I found his messages on Instagram. He immediately started apologizing and saying he wanted to tell me sooner but couldn't find the time. He was apologizing, but not as intensely as what he could have done. So I confronted him about that and said, what a lousy apology coming from a pedophile. He immediately went silent. It was probably silent for about 6 minutes when he broke it and asked what I was referring to. I told him and he looked so hurt. He took a deep breath and explained everything. He said the person I looked through his messages with was his 15-year-old daughter, Sarah. He explained that she reached out to him a year ago on Facebook and ever since then was trying to connect with her. He said within 6 months he confirmed he was the father, met up with her a bunch of times, and truly formed a strong connection with her. However, 6 months ago we got married and he didn't want to stress me out with that news, as well as his daughter not being ready to face others. He also explained that when he was 18, he had an on and off relationship with Sarah's mom when one day she just up and ghosted him forever. According to Sarah, her mom is also strict, which is why the message on Instagram to avoid her mom finding out right now. My mind was spiraling and I knew he knew that. He then placed his phone into my hand and let me scroll farther. Upon scrolling, I found her referring to him as dad and she sent him a happy Father's Day a while back as well. He even said he would do another DNA test to prove it to me. I immediately felt guilty. I feel guilty that my immediate mind took innocent texts and turned them inappropriate. And I felt guilty that I saw my husband in that way. I kept apologizing to him about the accusation. However, my husband just apologized and said he understood my point of view and told me it wasn't my fault. I kept trying to tell him I was sorry and he kept saying it was okay. I can see the look in his eyes though and I can see how hurt he really is. He said we should both just get some sleep and talk more later. To be honest, I can't fall asleep as I feel just disgusted with myself. About his whole secret daughter, it doesn't bother me so much. Maybe BC, it's miles better than the alternative. But I understand the situation and I am happy for my husband because he wants kids desperately, but we have decided to wait 2 years to grow our marriage. I feel as if right now I flushed everything down the drain and have no clue how to make things better. Edit, to answer some common questions or concerns. To the people who think my husband sucks for not telling me earlier. He acknowledged that it was wrong and through his apology, I understand why he did it. I am slightly hurt. However, if I put myself in his shoes, revealing a secret daughter would be hard and difficult. I don't take it as he doesn't trust me more if it's a delicate situation to bring up. To the people who think I suck for invading my husband's privacy and making rash assumptions, yes, that is horrible of me and I take full accountability. My husband understands my point of view and doesn't blame me for rushing to conclusions, although he is hurt. I could imagine him as that sort of person. Long story short, we both empathize with each other's actions. Yes, we both are hurt, but understand why the course of events played out this way. Thank you to all the comments. And what kind of proof I can give lol. But one thing I can assure you is that I did not steal this off of some TikTok and would like if anyone had the TikTok, I stole it from Mel. Well, damn, don't beat yourself up. That's a huge plot twist. I hope y'all can figure out how to navigate the new family dynamic. Best of luck. In r/news, Paul Reubens, actor best known as Pee-wee Herman, dies at 70. I will never recognize him as being 70 years old. In r/made me smile. That is one of the biggest compliments a person can get.
I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. I'm here in LA visiting my boyfriend. We've been in a long-distance relationship since this summer, and although it's only been a few months, I feel like it's gotten quite serious, and I'm considering moving to the States, and I'd like to know what are your thoughts? What do you think I should consider before making a big move like that?
First of all, what does he do?
He's a producer.
Everybody in LA is a producer. What does he work?
I can't say.
You can't say. Oh, this him? It's him? Oh no, come here, man. This is my dude right here. I got him this job. I personally vouch for this cat right here.
I don't think Steve knows this guy's name. He used every nickname in the book to call a guy when you don't know their name. In r/made me smile, Cillian Murphy being made aware of the disappointed Cillian Murphy meme as he sits disappointedly.
Are you aware of the disappointed Cillian Murphy meme on the internet?
The what?
The disappointed Cillian Murphy meme.
I don't. What's a meme?
So in junkets, the people, your fans on the internet are saying that when you're not speaking sometimes, you look like you're disappointed in someone a long way away.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Well, I'm glad I know what a meme is. But these days can be a little long sometimes. No, the thing is, you got to talk about these things, and generally, it's a film that you're very sort of proud of and excited by, which I am with this. But it can be wearing if you do 3 days of it, and sometimes you have a little dream about, I don't know.
I love when closed captions cover the speaker's face. In r/clever comebacks, there have never been more accurate words. Why does he appear to be a baby who has grown larger and fatter, but not older? Larger, fatter, older, just not more mentally mature, as is obvious with his tweets. In r/shitty tattoos, is this shitty? I thought it was funny at the time, 20 to yo, but I'm kinda second guessing it now that I'm getting older and looking to be more professional. I think this is brilliant. If I ever lose a limb, I'm doing this. In r/white people Twitter, compensating for something? Devin Duke at W at Sir Duke Devin, what comes to mind when you see this picture? 7:23 p.m. to July 29, 23 from Earth, 20.6K views. Spends $1 million on guns, can't afford to treat his deck. In r/ there was an attempt to blame immigrants. Funny how all that they wrote can be said about what the immigrants did to Native Americans. except the finger part. The Native Americans were killed instead. In r/MID hole, AITA for slapping my cousin 9 meters in the face after he kicked my cat and causing a huge family fight. Okay, so this happened last night. I've just woken up to the biggest shit show of my life. Please kill me. My cousin Tom usually comes to my house every couple or weeks or so as part of our family meet-up. And to say he's a pain in the ass is an understatement. As some context, I hadn't woken up in the greatest of moods as I ate something bad the night before and was suffering from pretty severe food poisoning. Later, after I was done puking my guts up, I decided to relax and watch some Netflix on my Xbox with my kitten Penelope, who was sitting on the carpet next to my bed to take my mind off it. Fast forward about 30 minutes later, and Tom storms into my room and demands to go on my Xbox as he was bored and had nothing to do. At this point, I'd usually just end it there and allow it, but I was really in the won't take bullshit mode and told him to get out of my room. He wasn't having any of that and promptly walked up to my bed and started screaming shit full volume into my ear, at which point I just told him to fuck off. He turned around, turned back again, and kicked Penelope into the side of the bed. I got out of my bed and slapped him as hard as I could around the face, whilst telling him to never touch my cat again. He ran out of my room and slammed the door screaming and crying, and I could faintly hear him speaking to my uncle. I didn't hear a word. My dad came steaming upstairs, stormed into my room, and shouted at me like as never before. I managed to faintly squeal out the words, "Dad, he kicked Penelope," or something like that, and then he stopped. Walked out my room and stormed downstairs to the rest of my family, where he starts fucking yelling at what I assumed was my uncle. This didn't stop until I passed out in my bed from the stress of the whole thing. Back to now, and I have dozens of notifications telling me I'm a horrible person. Family won't speak to me. Have 20 missed calls from unknown callers, so news has spread and I frankly can't take it. So I came to vent here instead. Happy family. TLDR, my cousin wanted to play on my Xbox. I refused, so he kicked my cat. Then I slapped him, and now there's a huge family fight. P.S. Penelope is fine. She is still in my room. I'm petting her whilst typing this. We'll give further updates soon. AITA. Edit. Thanks, guys. Some of you seem lovely. Edit 2. Everyone is asking for pics of my cats, so here you go. Penelope on the right, and her brother Keith on the left. Edit 3. Update. An appointment to the vets has officially been booked for Penelope. Managed to get one for tomorrow. We'll do an update then. Edit 4. Since you all keep asking, I'm 15. Take the cat to the vet to be checked for trauma. Cats hide pain and send the bill to the uncle. In r/public freakout, common Musk L. The safety permits thing is hilarious because a former employee who resigned during the transition has the same thing to say. The VP of real estate for Twitter said that Elon wanted to change Twitter offices to dorms to keep people there and working, in addition to adding a toilet to his office immediately. When told no by the VP because they didn't have plans, permits, meet safety regulations for locked domiciles, and don't own the building, so they'd never be able to get a reliable company to do it, Elon and his toadies said they'd find someone else who would make it happen. And so much more, like asking them to kill their career by defaulting on rental contracts despite having funds. sfist.com link. In r/mildly infuriating, my wife changed my daughter's name without telling me. Are the posts on here just getting progressively more and more infuriating until someone says something? Like, first my mother cut my kid's hair. Then it's my mother changed my kid's name. Tomorrow it'll be my mother drafted my child into the army without telling me. In r/gaming, what video game had a terrible final level? Fable to Final Boss is one of the most anticlimactic things I have ever played in my life. Skyrim's last boss fight is objectively easier than all the others. In r/wholesome memes, I'll take them all. People can now adopt dogs who failed government training for being too friendly. This has been true for a while. My father adopted a German Shepherd that wasn't aggressive enough to be a law enforcement dog, Abby. She was an amazing dog. We still miss her. In r/white people Twitter, anyone surprised? I know I'm not. Irmida Stouch and AITA's latest scheme goes bust. The House Republicans' much-hyped star witness Devon Archer testified that President Biden never discussed business with Hunter. In a closed-door hearing that proved to be a disaster for the GOP and _O'Neill building Capitol Hill IS. Tyne Hunter Biden's ex-business partner T. Another embarrassing day for House Republicans in the Hunter saga 9 asked YT. You mean the GOP are pushing through allegations of crime with absolutely no evidence whatsoever? Well, I'll be. Don't worry, conservative subreddits will claim is a psyop and Trump sees right through it. Fucking morons. In r/to hot takes, my daughter chose her stepdad to walk her down the aisle. I 46 meters have one daughter to 6F whose mom ran off when she was 7 and came back when she was 15 claiming she wanted a relationship. She gave it a chance and apparently got really close to her new stepdad. Apparently he is a really cool guy and likes similar things to her like hockey and also plays guitar like my daughter. I initially thought that it was great she was bonding with her stepdad and her mom. She is getting married to her fiancé 30 meters who she has been dating for 4 years. I pitched in for the wedding as did her mom, upwards of $25,000. The day fast approaching and she told me she has chosen her stepdad to walk her down the aisle as they have really bonded over the past 11 years. I didn't say anything at the time, but I have already decided that I will not be going as I won't be disrespected like this. If she wants to be a happy family with her mom who abandoned her for 8 years, go for it, but count me out. It wasn't either of them who went to all her hockey games. It wasn't them who paid for her tutoring for exams. It wasn't them who went through the financial hardship of working 3 jobs until she was 17 to support both of us. And it wasn't them who was here when she got her milestones, it was me. I won't be telling her I'm not coming, I just won't show. Why not tell her how it makes you feel? Why not ask why you're not the one she thinks of when thinking of a father? You can still do what you want, but at least have the talk. You know, this is absolutely what I wanted to verbalize and couldn't find the words for. Only when we stop participating in the conversation do we truly lose our loved ones. You shouldn't have to beg. You shouldn't have to bring this up. But I tend to see stupidity where others see malice. Ask your daughter point blank, why do you not see me as a father? I'd bet money she would get the surprise Pikachu face, because this literally never occurred to her. The question can open a lot of dialogue about your relationship, the work you put in, and what it took for her to be where she is. Also, given how blaze it sounds like she told you, it might be something her mother suggested and she is going along with, not realizing the magnitude of the insult. You can absolutely from there say, I'm sorry that I wasn't the father figure you wanted. I did my best, but if this is what you want, then it is your day. I hope you have a good life. When you don't show up for the wedding or even respond to her calls and texts, she will know how badly she ed up. But if you never talk to her, you will be cutting off your nose to spite your face. In r/Tumblr, Woot. ScienceAlleyAcute.com Young gorillas seen dismantling poachers' traps for the first time greater than days after a poacher's trap killed a young mountain gorilla in Rwanda's Volcanoes National Park. Researchers have spotted something remarkable. 2 4-year-old gorillas working together to dismantle similar snares in the area. PPR Botich. Some conservationists were approaching a poacher's gorilla trap to destroy it when an actual gorilla stopped them and warned them off well to other. Gorillas came by and took the trap apart. They had to have thought the humans were going to get caught in it. Also, they know what these traps are and are fighting back themselves. BS Bookie Bitch hashtag God bless Gen Z gorillas I-still-am-distance star like good for them. Posted in our Curatetimble at Reddit. Between this and the orcas, I fucking love animals fighting back. In r/ made me smile. He saw someone needed help and stepped in to help. Old but with a heart of gold. In r/ damn, that's interesting. If this advances, deaf people can understand without sign language.
I'll let you know when to go.
Okay.
Okay, ready.
Ready?
Ready.
Recording?
Yes.
Cool. So hi, I'm Tom, and this is Transcribe Class, subtitles for the real world. So using our device, you can actually see captions for everything I say in your field of view in real time, while also getting a good sense of my lips, my environment, and everything else around me. That's Transcribe Class, designed to help you fully understand the conversation. Thank you.
Now the ultimate test, a Scottish accent. In r/ damn, that's interesting. Hangzhou Zoo in Zhejiang, Hangzhou. China had to release a statement to convince people that this bear, a sun bear, is an actual bear and not a human with a costume. The zoo stated, if you get someone to wear such thick fur in this summer heat, they won't last more than a few minutes before they. Is it possible sun bears are just derpy as shit? They're a weird animal for sure. They don't need the fat reserves like black and brown bears, so they naturally look like a man in a costume. I didn't believe it until I googled it myself. In r/ facepalm, incredible how nowadays it doesn't seem a normal thing. At Danielle Weisberg at Daniel Lewisberg, it's just so weird to me that not too long ago someone with a regular old job could buy a house like an entire house with just their job money. Mom and Dad had no education, but high school. Mom, not even high school, had a house that's now $1 million and trailer for summer vacations and went yearly to Florida or a cruise. I have an education in my field, immediately made more money than my parents have ever. Just last year, I almost made as much as both of them combined in their top wage. Yet I can't take a vacation, can't afford the house I grew up in, have no summer vacation place. I have a house in a shitty area, and I can barely afford it. The end. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and hope to see you again tomorrow.